evening. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. Time for SciFridays. As always, I'm your host, the Captain, bringing you the best in sci-fi from years gone by. And as always, SciFridays is brought to you by Are You Game, the best comic book, collectible, video game, magic, toy, movie, role-playing, and more store located at 124 North Sunset Drive, Pickle, Ohio, 45356. And you can find Are You Game on Facebook. You can find the Captain on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky. We're everywhere. I say everywhere, but I try to do TikTok. But, you know what? I've been having a lot of fun getting you guys ready, because you had Thanksgiving yesterday. Now you're having Black Friday, and you need to end Black Friday with some sci-fi. And, you know, you can't really go wrong with good sci-fi. You can go very wrong with bad sci-fi, but you can't go wrong with good sci-fi. So, last week I brought you back the classic Starman. A very underrated show. Like I said, I love the movie, you know, great cast, great director, severely underrated in his filmography, which I think is total nonsense. But we're sitting down here in the captain's quarters, working on some stuff, and I keep going, you know what? We're going to bring you first episode of the day. That's right, some Starman. And I just dig this show. It's fun and it's enjoyable. So I'm just going to leave you have at it. We're going to start this off right fresh from the beginning and bring you Starman Episode 10, The Fever. Enjoy.
Was my friend.
What do you want from me?
I want to help you. Pictures of. Listen, to be here by 3 and ready to go. I'm here, it's 3, and I'm ready to go.
They say teenagers wing it.
We're supposed to find a guy named Samuel Trainer.
Ozzy, you drop that thing and I swear I'm gonna climb up there and I'm gonna strangle you myself.
Excuse me, we're looking for a guy named Samuel Trainer? Thanks.
George, look, you gotta go out front, you gotta count the house, get more volume off the music, and make sure that tape crew's ready, all right?
Samuel Trainer?
No, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm dieting for a part in my new film. What do you think?
Oh, I think you look nice. I'm Paul Forrester.
Yeah, I guessed. I tell you, the fact that I'm even walking around is the 9th wonder of the world. Hey, you know, I checked you out, Forrester.
You did?
That's right. Sammy knows who you are.
Sammy does?
Oh, that's right. You're Paul Pulitzer Prize, right? Beirut, Belfast. Oh, I tell you, I don't know why you're doing this gig, and frankly, I ain't gonna ask. I figure you got a broad in town or something.
I'm here to shoot pictures.
Just don't get too artsy-craftsy, okay?
Okay.
Oh, God, I tell you, I am dying here.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's get on with it, okay? I tell you what, get yourselves a spot out front so you can get good angles on the finals, all right?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Miss Sunset Beach 1986 competition.
Oh, wow, it's a beauty contest.
Contest to be beautiful?
Yeah, it's like all these gorgeous babes dressed up in bathing suits and walking around in front of judges and stuff.
And now, let's give a warm California welcome to this year's entries.
Great looking babes. Oh, gross. Pizza should be here in 20 minutes.
Scott,
What?
have you ever had your nose explode?
What?
I was drying my body and suddenly my nose exploded.
You sneezed.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure.
It's no big deal.
Well, it is if you never had it happen before.
Okay, I'm studying. You want another slice?
No, thank you. I'm going to sleep now. I don't feel very well.
You might have picked up a little cold somewhere.
No, not cold. Hot. I'm hot.
Well, it's just the name for it. Everybody gets cold. It's no big deal. Look, if you're not feeling okay in the morning, then we'll go to the store and get something to make you feel better.
Yeah, that's what I need. I'm glad it's no big deal. Even though it feels like one.
Come on in, George.
Yes, sir.
How you hitting him, General? Out of bounds, mostly. Sit down, George. We need to talk about your project.
Well, sir, I'm sorry to say that I haven't had more positive results.
You had nothing to show for 14 years, George. Not a thing.
Yes, sir, I know that, but I have been very close. In fact,
Close only counts with missile hits, George, and you know it.
yes, of course, you're right.
I mean, if only you'd had some tangible proof that this creature of yours even exists.
It does exist, General. And I am going to bring it to you. It's simply a matter of time.
You don't have any more time, George.
Sir?
It's over. The file's closed.
General, with all due respect, with a budget in the hundreds of millions of dollars,
Take a few days off, get some rest. I'm sure you can use it. And, George, I'll need your badge. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, George.
gone to the store to get something that will make me feel better?
Hello. Isn't this a beautiful day?
I need something to make me feel better.
We all do.
We do?
Open yourself to the sunlight and the goodness that surrounds you.
I'm open. What have you got?
Well, first I recommend a little chamomile and yellow root and vervain.
Okay, I'll take it.
Oh, and you should use a eucalyptus inhaler. Clear your head in no time. Oh, and I have a wonderful Mediterranean salts bath that I've been taking. And Sir, are you all right?
My head? Everything's just spinning around.
Mister, please, not in here. Mister?
Prince Charming's up. How are we feeling?
I don't know how you feel. I feel terrible.
Well, just kick back and relax. Doctor should be here any minute.
Where is this?
Highland Hospital.
Where are my clothes?
We won't be needing them for a while.
Yes, we will. I mean, I will. My son doesn't know where I am.
One thing at a time, sugar. We got your name and a social security number from your wallet, but there are a couple other questions need answering, like an address.
I don't have one. I move around a lot. Listen, when I was asleep...
You were out cold, passed out.
When I was passed out, did, we do anything to me?
Probably. Just blood type and cross match.
What's that?
Routine. It's the first thing we do. Take a little blood and run it through the lab.
But I don't want that.
It's already done. Can't undo what's already done. Open your mouth. Listen, honey, can we make a deal? You don't give me a hard time and I won't awaken you at 2 a.m. with a sleeping pill. How about it?
I will be here at 2 a.m. Just give me my clothes and I won't cause you any more trouble.
Sugar, you're too sick to walk 10 steps with or without clothes. So why don't we just settle back and wait for the doctor like a good kid? We'll get the paperwork later.
I can do this myself. Will you get out of here? How'd you do that?
What?
Oh, never mind. I guess my eyes are going to... Name's Ralph.
I'm Paul.
It's about time they sent me a little company. What are you here for?
I passed out.
Well, that ain't nothing. Be out of here in a day or two. Any relatives?
I have a son. His name is Scott.
I had a son. They told me he died for his country. I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know.
Where?
Korea. It was a long time ago. Listen, when your son gets here, now I'm going to give you the money, and I want you to send him to a deli and have him get a pastrami on rye. I just poked around in that kitchen, and you would not believe what they've got for supper. The only thing that's recognizable is the Jell-O. You like cigars?
I don't smoke.
Smart fellow. No, I shouldn't inhale, but as long as it's there. You know, my wife loved the smell of a cigar. I used to tell her that's why I married her, but I don't think she believed me. No, she said a cigar reminded her of her dad. There were Havanas in those days. Well, that's gone. She's gone too.
Why do you smoke if it makes you bark?
Bark? You mean cough? I like you, Paul. Bark. That's what it is. Bark. It's woof, woof.
Why are you in here?
Hell, I'm just dying. There's no trick to that. Everybody knows how to do it without any practice. That right, Paul?
I don't know.
Well, you will. Big difference is how you do it. To me, I don't plan to go out on tiptoe apologizing for my life.
Go out where?
Go out where you don't come back.
Well, if you go out before I wake up, it was nice meeting you.
It's a friendly critter. Right, yeah. They better get me one of those.
Yeah. Come in.
Hey, the Fox Man! What's shaking? Got a guy walking on the water in Roanoke, Virginia. Now, that sounded like something up your rather bizarre little alley.
Not today, Nardo.
Heard you had a run-in with General Wade in his Grim Reaper mode. Yeah, can't win them all. Listen, what the heck, George? You've read Czechoslovakian grain reports before. You can do it again. Maybe you'll get lucky this time and they'll give you something a little more colorful, like Portuguese shrimp statistics. I figure you're getting a break. The general cut you off before you have to admit that this whole thing was a wild goose chase.
I heard him tell you about a wild goose chase! You stay out of my face!
You're not going to do diddly. You are out of it. Or weren't you listening? You have had it. You blew it. You used to be a good agent, George. Used to be. Messing up my jacket like that. Are you out of your mind?
Why is this bed being taken up by cold symptoms?
Paramedics brought him in unconscious.
I was out cold.
His fever's spiking.
I can read, thank you. How are you feeling now?
I have a headache. I sneeze. I shake when I'm cold, then I burn when I'm hot.
What else?
I want my clothes so I could leave.
His son doesn't know where he is.
If there's a number, give it to the nurse. She'll contact him. Open.
Open what?
Your mouth. Say ah.
Ah.
I don't have time for childish games, mister.
Forrester.
This time, open your mouth and keep it open.
What are you listening to?
Quiet.
Okay.
Quiet.
Okay.
Let me know when the blood work comes up from the lab. Meanwhile, start him on these and put him on the RC diet.
Well, I know that one. You're a goner.
Oh, wait. What's wrong with me?
Could be a cold, could be anything. I'm going to keep you here overnight and run some tests.
What kind of tests?
Nothing to worry about. Just some very basic tests. You don't look like the fainting type.
I'm not.
But you did. Find his cigar and kill it.
What the hell are you doing here?
Truce?
For what?
I thought you might be interested to see what's on this tape. Go on, put it on.
Sit down. What is this, another one of your gags?
Oh, George, you gotta run it back again.
You're sick, you know that?
This time, keep it going and freeze it when I tell you to. Freeze it. What does that look like, George? Who is that?
How did you happen to tape something like this?
I'm into sports.
I owe you.
I'll remind you.
It's discrimination against seniors, that's what it is. I'm going to get a hold of Gray Power and we're going to bring this hospital to its knees.
You're losing it, you old goat. His curtain isn't electric. It's just like yours, exactly like yours.
What are those pills that you give him?
He's going to surgery. He's going to have his angiogram.
Is that a test?
Yeah, for his heart. You'll be feeling those pills in a few minutes. Then we'll come and get you.
Don't do me any favors, gorgeous.
Mrs. Gorgeous to you, sugar.
Did someone call the motel?
I'm sure they did. How are you feeling?
Well, the truth is, I'm a little scared about going out. There's no reason for me to hang on here. Everybody I know is croaked, but old habits die hard.
What was that?
He's saying that he's worried.
Didn't the anesthesiologist talk to you?
Yes, he talked to me.
So then what's the problem?
Nothing. There's no problem.
You'll be okay.
Hey, Paul.
What is it, Ralph?
It was nice meeting you. Save my Jell-O for me, okay?
Sure, Ralph. I'll see you later.
Let's get this over with. I want to watch that football game tonight.
I've tried 2 other hospitals.
Are you looking for someone?
Yeah, my father, Paul Forrester.
Well, I'll check for you. Is that 2 hours?
Yeah.
Look, I need complete lab workup. Blood panel, urinalysis, x-rays. I need to see your chemistry to see what makes you tick.
No. No tests.
The preliminary lab report has your white blood count non-existent. Now, I'm sure they made a mistake, but without new samples, let me put it this way. There is something eating up your body's frontline troops that fight infection.
No. No tests.
What is it? A religious issue? You are running a fever with no medical basis. Do you understand that?
I do, but you don't.
They are simple routine tests, and they have to be done. I'll be back with a consent form.
you feeling?
I feel wonderful.
Hey, somebody help him!
I guess I need a little more rest. It's no big deal.
What is it going to take to convince you? Don't you understand you're getting weaker, not stronger?
I understand I'm getting sicker and not better.
Why won't you sign this consent form?
Hospitals aren't what I thought they were.
Well, you're not quite what we expected either. If you thought you could come here and die and no one to stop you, well, you picked the wrong hospital, Mr. Forrester. And the wrong doctor.
I didn't pick.
I'll be back in a few minutes. Maybe you can talk some sense into him.
I'll just rest a little while, then we'll leave.
What if you rest and we can't leave? Look, you might as well sign this. I mean, you gotta let the doctor do something.
I don't think tests are a good idea. When is Ralph coming back?
Who?
Ralph Woolery. That's whose bed you're making up.
He a friend of yours? I'm sorry, but he's not coming back.
So are you gonna let the doctor do the tests or what?
Ralph went for a test.
Well, maybe we should do something about it. Before it turns into a big deal.
It'll turn into a big deal if she finds out who I am.
Who cares? Who cares if she finds out who you are, or Fox, or if they catch us, or anything else? If you die...
Hey, look, man, if this is about these muscleheads taking steroids, I don't know nothing about that, man. Nothing.
Forrester must have had a pass to get backstage, right? Where did he get it? Your security people?
Could you, Jeez, man. Jimbo, you are looking at the whole ball of wax. Security people. Huh. World Productions Unlimited? WPU? That's me, man. Hey, check this out, man. The best chocolate chip cookies in the whole world. I can make a fortune off this recipe.
You think that we could speed this along a little bit?
I know where everything is.
Well?
Here we go. Paul Forrester. He's at the Breakers Motel on Broadway.
Good. Can I have this?
Oh, hi. Hello. It's the waiting that kills you, you know what I mean? No, I don't. What are you waiting for? Are you kidding? My wife's in there having a baby. What can I do? I don't know if she's okay or what. Oh, it's the not knowing that kills you, you know what I mean? I thought it was the waiting. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Hey! You! Sir! What are you doing out of bed?
I was looking for you. I would have talked to you.
Have you finally come to your senses?
Did you know that Ralph went out?
Who?
Ralph Woolery.
Oh, yes, the angiogram.
The angiogram?
Yes, it's too bad. Sometimes the catheter triggers fibrillation, and because of the condition of the pump, the heart, there was nothing anyone could do.
Did it hurt him?
I don't know. It was an angiogram. There are risks involved, as in any surgical procedure. Now, if you'll excuse me.
No, I don't want to excuse you. He wasn't the angiogram. His name was Ralph Woolery. He lost his son in Korea. He met his wife in school. She died 8 years ago. She liked the smell of his cigars, and she made the best peach cobbler in the world.
I'm sorry.
What do you call me? The mystery cold in room 44? My name is Paul Forrester, and I have a son. And I'm as frightened as Ralph was. I don't want to go out and leave my son alone.
What are you saying?
I'll sign the papers. I want you to make me well.
Help you, mister?
You got a man named Paul Forrester staying here?
Could be. Who are you?
I'm George Fox with the Federal Security Agency.
Yeah, he's staying here. Although I haven't seen him all day long. You know, I think he's kind of sick or something.
Why do you say that?
Well, someone called, left a message for his kid that he was in the hospital.
Which hospital?
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't watch.
Watching is interesting. But it pinches.
And just close your eyes and think about something else.
Did you say that to Ralph?
I'm sorry to say I didn't talk to Ralph. I wish I had now.
But you're talking to me.
Yes. Yes, I am. All done. You can look now. Paul? Paul? Paul! Paul!
Please don't die. Dad. There's so many things we haven't done. It's kind of getting used to traveling around with you. We never did take that whitewater rafting trip. Besides, how am I supposed to find Mom by myself?
Just isn't possible.
I've never seen anything like it.
You must have misformatted the test
I
program.
repeated it 3 times and the results were the same. Look at the electrophoresis. This guy is some weirdo.
Son?
son. Come on. You can't do any good here now. Come, go downstairs and get something to eat.
Forrester. Forrester? Forrester, can you hear me?
Who are you? What are you doing in here?
Are you this man's doctor?
Yes, I'm Dr. Ellen Ducow.
I'm George Fox. I'm with the Federal Security Agency. How sick is he?
I'll have to insist that you leave. You're putting my patient at risk.
What's wrong with your patient?
Well, that's what we're trying to determine. Now, please.
Let me take a guess. You've done a complete blood workup, and everything came out cockeyed.
Wait a minute. How did you know that anyway?
Doctor, you and I are going to go someplace and talk.
Now, look,
Now. Doctor, what you've got lying in that bed out there is very important to me. I need to know what his chances are of staying alive.
I can't answer that because at the moment I have no course of treatment.
Because your test results make no sense.
That's right. And I really wish you'd stop playing this game. What do you want here? And why are you waving this national security at me?
I'm sorry. I know I'm ahead of you. Doctor, I know something about your patient that you don't know.
Which is, Mr. Fox? Which is?
He isn't a he. He's an it. He isn't human.
What?
Inside that human form is an alien being.
I think you'd better go.
I think you had better listen. Nothing you've been doing has worked, has it? Your test results, you have never seen test results like that. They're a pile of anomalies, right? Doctor, your patient is no good to me, dead. It's no good to the world. Maybe now that you have some idea of what you're dealing with, you'll be able to think of something to make it well again.
Him, not it. You keep saying it. He's a man and a father.
Dear lady, that body is nothing but a machine in need of your expertise. Treat the body as if you were a mechanic working on a carburetor.
What happened? Is he okay?
I just had a talk with a man from the government.
Fox is here?
He told me something rather unbelievable about your father.
Ever since then, we've just been moving around. Staying one step out of Fox, trying to find my mother. You can't let Fox have him. He's not a threat to the country or anyone else. He came back to help me. And he wouldn't be here if it weren't for me. And he's all I've got.
Scott, I have to find a way to keep him alive first. Now, George Fox said, treat the body. What do you know? Is there anything you can tell me about his body? Is there anything that you know that might be special about that body because of who he is?
Because of who he is, everything about his body is special. It's all brand new to him. The other day he sneezed and it scared him.
All new. All new.
Does that help?
Of course that's it. That must be it, Scott. There is no organism attacking his immune system. He doesn't have one. Come on, let's go. We have to get your blood typed.
What are we gonna do?
You were together when Paul caught the cold, right?
Right, so?
You were both exposed to the virus, but only your father was infected. Your blood has antibodies that fought off the infection. You've been exposed to all sorts of infections while you've been growing up, and your body has manufactured defenses for them. Your father, Scott, doesn't have those defenses, but you can give them to him. You're the right blood type, and your body's already fought off the virus that's killing him.
A transfusion. Very good, Dr. Ducal. I should have thought of it myself. Hello, Scott.
Mr. Fox, if this patient is as important to you as you say, you aren't helping him by...
Doctor, I've told you what's lying on that bed is nothing but a complicated machine. I'll wait in the observation room.
He's not an it. He's my father.
I know, Scott. I know.
Is this gonna work?
I hope so. Are you ready?
Hello, Scott.
Dr. Riker, I'm sorry to bother you, but I think one of your patients wandered down to the ICU by himself. Yes, something about men from outer space. I'd appreciate it if you'd send someone down right away. How do you feel?
I don't feel so hot anymore. I had a dream that Fox was here. He was standing over me.
It wasn't a dream. He's in the observation room.
Don't worry about him. Just concentrate on getting better.
I feel much better.
Good.
How's the alien?
It was all right up until a moment. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. There's something happening to the alien.
He's one of ours, all right. Just relax.
All go back to the ward and we'll have a nice long chat about the alien.
Crazy? I'm George Fox. I'm with the Federal Security Agency.
Right. Sure. Why don't you just come with me?
Are you crazy? Dr. Duco!
Thank you for helping me. You're a good doctor. And not a bad mechanic either. Are you ready?
Yeah. Thank you for taking care of my dad.
We better go.
Listen, Paul, you could come stay at my place. You could rest up, regain your strength. There's so much I want to learn from you.
I'd like to, but I can't. It's the first place that Fox will look. We'll have to move on now.
All right, look. The staff parking lot is right behind you, down the ramp. There's a bus station 3 blocks south of here.
Why did you help us?
I guess you just didn't strike me as a threat to society.
We'd better get going. Thank you for everything.
Take good care of your father, Scott. See that he gets plenty of rest. He's a very special person.
Well, in light of this new evidence, your old office is waiting, and of course, this. Congratulations, George. Frankly, I wish there was more I could do.
Well, now, sir, since you mentioned it, I thought that perhaps we could discuss the matter of my staff. Now, I was thinking of starting with another 10 or 12 operatives, and then as additional office space becomes available...
George, let's face it, you just bought yourself a little more time, that's all.
Well, sir, with all due respect, in light of this new evidence...
Oh, the new evidence is good. It's good, but it's not conclusive.
Not conclusive? Blood test results? Actual samples of the alien?
As I was saying, we've got a good foundation to build your case on. Now we need more. Now, fill me in on the leads.
Sir.
What have we got?
Sir, I have reason to believe that he's going to take that boy on a raft trip.
Don't get me wrong now. I mean, I'm glad you're feeling better and everything, but I'm all for this rest cure. It should go on forever.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we ought to stay here for a few days.
All right. Is this the life? I mean, sun.
Water?
Lots of pretty girls in bathing suits.
Yeah, good book?
Huh? Algebra? English literature?
I thought these might help you out. I figure as long as we're going to be here, might as well put you in a school.
Look, maybe staying here isn't such a good idea after all. Besides, what about you? I mean, what are you going to do all day while I'm in school?
I didn't know they made them this small. Oh, don't worry. I'll think of something.
Savings on Cabbage Patch Kids accessories by Coleco. Almost real accessories so they can take special care of those adorable adopted cuties. Important accessories no little mother can do without. And the kids will love them too.
The big difference, prices that'll make you sing Merry Christmas.
Bradley's the Christmas store with a difference. Bradley's knows that people all over town are on the lookout for Santa this Christmas because they're hoping for something really special. It's an AT&T gift they'll be looking for, and Bradley's has them. Right now, this AT&T cordless telephone 4200 is just $69.99, and this AT&T cordless telephone 5200 is just $119.99. So this year, make sure Santa leaves them something they'll really be looking for, and something they'll really love. An AT&T gift. On sale now at Bradley's.
It's like, Princess, we're surrounded by Ewoks. I want to tell you something. A little trivia here. The word Ewok is never spoken in Return of the Jedi. That's right. The word Ewok is never spoken. So all these little dudes, none of them have names. They're never referred to as Chief Chirpa, Wicket, Logray. Just none of them. None of them are referred to as their names. They're just, yeah, they don't give them a name. It's like going back and rewatching the original Night of the Living Dead. They never once referred to them as zombies. See, these guys are never given names. And there's a ton of them. And, yeah, Chief Chirpa. Chief Chirpa, Logray. I got a whole bunch of Ewoks here. So, I hope you guys dig Starman. Because I do. So, yeah, it's a fun adventure of an alien pretending to be a man who got a human woman pregnant who has a child who's half alien, half human. And now that's super shady. So, all right. So, I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving. You know, because it's Thanksgiving. And if there's one holiday that can bring us all together to fight and argue amongst each other about stupid stuff, it's Thanksgiving. I say that. But no, man, it's a good time. You know, go over, you should really look at your friends, man, that maybe, you know, live alone, whatever. Invite them over. Have some leftovers even. So, craziness. So, I'm going to bring you now, since it's Friday, so Friday the 13th, the series. And somebody pointed this out to me. Now I can't unsee it. Roby has a very Anna Taylor-Joy, like, big, doughy eyes. And I went, yeah, she does. And here's my whole thing about Anna Taylor-Joy. Some guy wished really, really hard his favorite anime character would come to life. And that's how we got her. So somewhere out there's a geek with 2 more wishes left to go. So I'm going to let you guys have at it. Take it, run with it, and enjoy Friday the 13th, the series, episode 21, Double Exposure. Enjoy.
Tonight, and this is PM News at 6. Tonight's top story from Bogota, Colombia. A machine gun attack in broad daylight has left Colombia's chief drug prosecutor dead and 7 others badly injured. The assassin, riding on the back of a motorcycle, fired at point-blank range as Juan Miguel Sandino left his office in the Ministry of Justice building in the center of the capital city. The others wounded were 3 bodyguards and 4 bystanders. The gunman escaped in afternoon rush hour traffic. The attack comes 2 days after Sandino announced the indictment of 14 key members of the Medellin drug cartel, which controls $3 billion in annual cocaine sales. Do you understand everything that I've told you? Good. Very good. I want you to take this. This is the phone number for my direct line. I want you to call me precisely at 11:28. Do you understand? Good. Very, very good. Now, hands. You must project the right image. That's the secret of success, you know.
Look, we don't have to eat hot dogs. We can go to a restaurant. I do make some money at the store, you know.
I like simple things.
That's why I like you, right?
Come on. Do you pick up every girl that comes into your shop?
No, I've never done this before in my life. Honest. No girls ever come into the store.
Cut it.
Cut it now. There we go.
Oh. Come on, let me see.
Do you think the killer will call again tonight?
I don't know, Marlene. I just don't know.
People are afraid to go to their houses at night. He's up to what, 8 killings?
9.
These really aren't bad for a buck.
Hey, you're getting mustard all over it.
Will you look at that smile? Have you ever seen such a cute smile? Yours isn't bad either.
Don't you take anything seriously?
Yeah, some things.
Thank you for a lovely time.
I had a great time, too. Say, it's only 11:15. You, mind if I come in?
I have to get up early. Next time. I'm such a klutz.
I think you're just fine.
You can keep that.
No, you should have this.
I have an idea. Good night, Ryan.
Good night.
I just cannot believe it's really you walking me home. My friends will just not believe it.
He urged all citizens to take extreme care if they must go out at night alone. Hello?
Winston Knight?
Yes.
Check the alley between Lamont and Grand.
Look, whoever you are, why don't you tell me about it?
You'll trace the call.
Don't hang up. Anyone who thinks they know anything at all that could lead to the arrest of the man whose voice you have just heard, please call Detective Sergeant Duncan at Homicide. I would like to say that if there is anything that KBLA or myself can do to help police find the machete killer and put an end to these brutal, senseless murders, it will be done. For PM News, this is Winston Knight. Good evening.
I hate to say this, but I can't wait to see the overnights. Or why this nut would choose you to pour his heart out to beats me. But thank God he did, because you were on your way to the ash heap, old boy.
So you keep telling me, Phil.
But you get a reprieve. Our ratings have shot up like a 4th of July rocket. We couldn't have done better if we'd planned it ourselves.
No, I guess not.
Hey, how about a drink? I'm buying.
Sure, Phil. Sure, I'll be right along, okay?
Let me get this straight. Now, you say the killing took place around 11:15?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, how can you be sure of that?
Well, I looked at my watch. I was gonna come in, have some tea, but Kathy's got to work in the morning. I looked at my watch.
I see. And the man you saw looked like Winston Knight?
No, not like him. It was him.
Well, how do you explain the fact that the station confirms the Knight was on the air from 11 to 11:30?
I can't.
What's more, the killer you saw called him on the air at 11:28 sharp after the killing.
What do you want me to say? Maybe he's got a twin brother or something.
The light was pretty dim in that alley, wasn't it?
If you wanted to know what I saw, that's what I saw.
The first eyewitness to see the machete killer, and this is what I come up with.
I know it sounds crazy.
Crazy's not the word for it.
Well, why don't you call him? Ask him. See if the killer said anything about him looking like Winston Knight.
Ross. Yeah, you got Winston Knight's home phone number handy? Okay, great, thanks.
Yes.
Mr. Knight, this is Detective Sergeant Duncan, homicide. Yeah, sorry to disturb you at this time of night, but we had an eyewitness to the killing tonight.
You did?
Yes.
How fortunate. That's our first big break in the case, isn't it? Who was it?
I'd rather not say.
Sergeant, no one has been more closely involved in this case than myself, is that right?
Off the record?
Yes, of course.
Young man named Ryan Dallion. Look, I know this is going to sound bizarre, but is there anything the killer said that indicates he might look like you?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he swears the guy could be your twin brother.
Well, you can assure him, Sergeant, that I only have a sister.
Okay, sorry to bother you.
Not at all.
Thanks for all your help. Any other thoughts come to mind? You know where to find me.
You don't believe me, do you?
Would you?
Sorry to drag you into all this.
It's all right. It's not your fault. Call me later.
I'm sorry about waking you guys up.
What makes you think you did?
Look, I know it was him. He was this close.
Ryan, I hate to tell you this, but I watched the 11 o'clock news this evening. And I saw Winston Knight. The killer called in while he was on the air.
Well, if it wasn't him, then who was it?
Isn't that a question best left for the police?
It could have been anybody wearing a mask or somebody who looks like him. Who knows?
There has to be an explanation.
I know what you're thinking.
Well, have we checked the manifest?
Don't
Maybe
you
Knight
think, Ryan, that if I'd seen Winston Knight's name in the manifest, I would have remembered him? Besides, what kind of a cursed object could it possibly be?
Well, I'm going back to bed. You have had a hard day. Jack, are you coming?
Yeah. Yeah, in a minute.
So that would make it the biggest snowfall so far this year, huh? Well, we better all be careful. And summing up tonight's top story, the machete killer has claimed another victim. Several witnesses have identified the killer as Ryan Dallion.
Have you seen Jack?
Nope, he's been gone all day.
You're going for a bank loan, I see.
Going to see Winston Knight.
Ryan, I thought you were going to let the police handle that.
I know. I just can't get him out of my head. So I called him this morning. I figured since I was the only witness, I could maybe help him out.
You're going to meet him at a studio?
No, his place around 5.
Well, I'd go with you, but someone's got to mind the store.
Oh, that's all right. Kathy's coming along. She's a big fan of his.
I think she just wants to be with you.
What can I say? She's crazy about me.
You look fine. You look just fine. Damn, he's early. Come into the dark room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Dalian.
Ah, yes, I'm pleased to meet you.
This is my friend, Kathy Steiner.
How do you do?
I'm delighted to meet you. Please. Won't you sit down? Make yourselves comfortable.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Please, don't make me into a celebrity. I'm just a working reporter. Would either of you like a drink?
No, I think we're fine.
I'm glad that you called me this morning, Ryan, because if you hadn't, I probably would have called you.
Why?
Because you and I belong to quite a select club, which no one wants to join. Unlike you, of course, I've only dealt with this murderer via the telephone. You've actually seen him up close. I was thinking maybe you and I could work together. Maybe you could help me catch him. Make a hell of a story, Ryan. I'd give you full credit, of course. Is something wrong?
No, I just can't get over how much you look like him. It's incredible.
Yes. Detective Duncan told me what you said. This has taken a terrible toll on me, I must tell you. Having to listen to this sadistic murderer's ramblings, waiting for the next murder to occur. I can't sleep at night. Every time I try to, I have these dreadful nightmares.
I understand.
Every time the phone rings, I get sick. I keep asking myself, why me? Why am I the only one? Of course, until you. But because of you, Ryan, I'm beginning to understand some of it. Obviously, this murderer has some fixation, an obsession, if you will, with my television image. Probably based on some actual resemblance, but maybe he resorted to makeup. Possibly even to plastic surgery to look more like me.
But if there's someone else running around who looks just like you, why can't the police find him?
If he's clever enough to fool you, don't you think he's clever enough to fool the police? I'm sorry. I'd love to speak with you more about this, but you know how it is in this business. There's always a deadline. Could we possibly continue this later? Some other time?
Sure, anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was nice to meet you.
The pleasure has been all mine. Good night.
So, that was the famous Winston Knight. I think he's kind of neat.
Yeah? I thought it was kind of weird.
Are you jealous?
Jealous? No. It's that face. I can't get it out of my head. It was him. come on. I'll give you a ride home.
No, I have some shopping to do. Besides, I need the exercise. It's not far. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for letting me tag along. It was exciting.
I could think of some other exciting things to do.
Home. Damn it, my purse.
I don't want any more witnesses. Do you understand? I don't need anybody corroborating that kid's story.
Why must you always destroy me?
Because that's the way it is. It's either you or me. Now, you've got 5 hours to exist. You know what you have to do. Enjoy yourself. And this is PM News at 6. Tonight's top story from City Hall. Council spent more than 6 hours today in a raucous debate over the...
So what did you think of the great Winston Knight?
Kathy was impressed. He talked sense. He exuded confidence. He was everything he seems to be on television.
Only?
Only, I don't know. There's something creepy about him.
Like what?
Well, he wouldn't answer my questions. Every time I asked him one, he'd blow it off.
Well, he's a reporter, remember? He's not supposed to answer the questions, he asks them.
Well, what are you two been up to?
Obviously not as much as you.
So where have you been all day?
Prospecting, and I think I struck pay dirt anyway. That talk we had last night, it got me thinking. I couldn't sleep anyway. I got the manifest out, and I made a list of all the objects that could possibly make a copy of someone. You know, things like mirrors, prisms, paintings, all that sort of thing. And I came up with a camera.
A camera?
A picture, sure. And it was sold to a guy named Khan?
Yeah, but who's Khan?
A better question would be, what is Khan? Come on, you two. Where's your deductive reasoning? Khan. No first name, no address.
So what are you saying?
I couldn't figure it out myself at first for a while, anyway. I wrote it down 8 different ways. Then it dawned on me, it's not Khan. It's K-A-H-N, the I.
Of course, the call letters of a television station.
Right, let's go.
This is Kathy.
We're out right now, but if you leave a message, we'll call you when we get back.
Ryan, it's Kathy. I went back to Knight's house, and you were right. There are 2 Winston Knights, and one of them had a machete. They were arguing. Well, one of them said, why must you always destroy me? And the other said, it's either you or me. Ryan, they saw me. I'm scared.
Gunboats opened fire on 2 more oil tankers. The Panamanian registered freighter, the Assad Hajj, was hit by 3 missiles and was on fire and listed badly. 2 crew members are missing after a dramatic helicopter rescue of the survivors. The Japanese ship, Kotomaru, broadcast distress signal only an hour after the first attack. Airman radio says the tanker was hit because strike again. In this reporter's opinion, much stronger measures could be taken.
Well, it's starting to come together, Ryan. Winston Knight was certainly employed by KAHN exactly at the time the camera was sold by Uncle Louis.
And he could have easily stolen it.
Yes, he could.
Ryan, it's Kathy. I went back to Knight's house, and you were right. There are 2 Winston Knights, and one of them had a machete. They were arguing. Well, one of them said, why must you always destroy me? And the other said, it's either you or me. Ryan, they saw me. I'm scared.
Ryan! Hey, Mickey, stay here. I'll go with him.
Oh, my God. No.
Easy, easy.
I'm sorry. The coroner's office said she died a little after 6. I'm gonna need a statement.
That's gonna have to wait.
Look,
Go on, Ryan. You can't do any more good stuff. Come on.
Oh, it's my fault. It's him. I know it's him. I should have never let her come along.
Get a hold of yourself, Ryan. It's not your fault. There's no way in the world you could have known.
I'm gonna tell him it's Knight. It's
Knight.
Knight.
Tell anybody anything. Look, Knight has got a perfect alibi. Damn it, he was on the air. It's like always, Ryan. We're on our own. Come on, my friend. Just concentrate on one thing. We gotta get that camera and every negative he made with it.
What happened?
I'm gonna get him.
Come on, Ryan.
You killed her! I know you did! Son, I don't know what you're talking about.
Security? Security?
No.
I got it all on tape. Kathy called me before she died. You want to hear it? It's all about the duplicate, the one that kills people.
You're crazy. Look, if you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna have you arrested.
I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
Give me that. Stop that kid. Get him. Stop him. That's right. Stop him. Get him. Get back here. Get him. Come on, Carl. Get him. Give me that. Stop it. Open this door right now.
The negative.
He was trying to burn it.
Ah, yes. The negative. That's how he destroys the duplicate.
What are you saying?
I've been doing some research into the use of images in the occult. The duplicate only has a limited life of about 5 hours. If the negative isn't burnt before then the original dies. You remember what Kathy was saying? It's between Knight and the duplicate. If the duplicate lives too long, Knight dies.
Which means if he doesn't have the negative.
I've got Knight's life in my hands.
But the duplicate, with his machete, is still alive.
Hey, watch it. You trying to kill yourself?
destroy it.
What? No, not yet. If we can hold on to that negative, we can blackmail Knight into giving us back the camera. After all, it's his life, isn't it? Ryan, let me have it.
No. I don't care about the damn camera. I've got Knight's life right here in my hands. I'm gonna see that he goes to hell with Uncle Lewis.
That won't bring Kathy back.
Knight is the only person who knows where that camera is. Don't you see it could fall into somebody else's hands? Then the killing could go on and on. Damn it, is that what you want?
Call him.
Come in. The negative, Marshak, where is it?
Now, you don't really think that I'm that stupid, do you? My associates have the negative. They'll destroy it the minute I come back with the camera.
Then we don't have much time. Mm-hmm. This way. You understand what you're to do, my friend? Here. You will give them this camera, and then they will give you the negative, which you will then destroy. Yes? And then you'll destroy them. Do you understand me? Good. Very good. Go, my friend. I wouldn't struggle too hard to escape, Mr. Marshak. You see, you wouldn't receive a very warm welcome when you return to the outside world in any case. Without moving an inch, you're going to commit 2 murders. And then you're going to confess on live television to being the machete murderer.
You seriously think you can get away with that?
I've gotten away with it so far. What makes you think that things are going to change? Oh, Mr. Marshak, I've thought about this. I've planned it to every detail. You see, we're going to let your dupe live just long enough for you to die. And then we're going to kill it for being the machete murderer. It's simple, don't you think? But very elegant. I think I smell a Pulitzer Prize. Well, I'm sorry, but I really must be going. I don't want to miss your capture, your confession. Oh, this is going to be my finest hour. Hello, Phil. Winston. Listen, I'm going to need you and a crew to meet me at a small shop called Curious Goods. Phil, just do it. This is going to be the biggest story of our lives, Phil. The capture of the machete murderer.
Ryan, please, would you stop that? You're driving me crazy.
I can't get it out of my head. Knight's gonna get away with murder.
Let's just wait for Jack to get back with the camera, then we'll deal with Knight.
Jeez, you scared the hell out of me.
The camera!
Where's the negative?
I'll put this in the vault.
Jack, we've got the camera and the negative. We don't have to destroy it.
I want the negative.
All right.
Hi, Phil. Dex.
What's this about the machete murderer?
It's a station manager's dream, Phil. The machete murderer's about to surrender to Winston Knight, and we're going to get it all on tape.
Hey, don't kid a neurotic.
He's going to come out of that store a few minutes before 10, so just be ready.
The killer's in there?
That's right.
Winston, we gotta call the cops.
Are you crazy, Phil? Do you want to spoil the biggest moment of our careers?
But what about the people in the shop?
Do you want this story or not, Phil?
Jack, if we just hold on to the negative for just a few more minutes.
Get it?
Okay. What's the matter with you, Jack? You're acting awful strange. Good thing you didn't break that camera on the way home.
It's our only chance to get the negative. I was extra careful.
What's going on? It's not Jack, it's a dupe. He didn't know cursed objects can't break.
Give me that! Phil, can you get him moving, please? We're running out of time. I want to get some... Give me the microphone. Give me the microphone. Come on, come on. Right here. Get the store in the background. Have you got me? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Winston Knight, standing outside a store known as Curious Goods, just moments away from the capture of the notorious machete murderer. As you know, this is a story that I have been following personally for quite some time now.
Turn around very slowly.
Wait.
Give it to him.
Here it is. Come on!
Tip earlier this evening at KBLA Studios at the machete We've been keeping vigil ever since that time. Two people have managed to escape from the building. We didn't know that anyone was inside. Cut the camera. Keep rolling. What are you... Do that. Give me that negative.
This is my triumph. This is where I capture the machete murderer.
Give me that negative.
How's Ryan?
Getting by, I guess. He's really depressed.
Well, it figures, doesn't it?
Jack, how do you suppose Knight first learned about the curse?
I would guess that Uncle Lewis told him.
I wonder what would have happened if that duplicate had lived.
I suppose he would have behaved much the same as Knight did. Using the camera to make an endless parade of mindless killers.
Thank goodness that camera's locked up. Now all we have to do is worry about Ryan.
Ryan, how are you doing?
You know, I just realized something. It isn't the objects that are cursed. We are. Everyone that comes near us dies.
Ryan, you didn't kill Kathy. Winston Knight did, and 9 others before her. Thanks to you, there won't be any more.
There are always a lot of terrible risks in fighting pure evil. Think of the consequences if we didn't fight it. Mickey, give me a hand making supper, would you?
Some money at the store, you know.
I like simple things.
That's why I like you.
Come on.
Tender caress of floral splendor. And now, your gift with any Anaïs purchase, La Fleurette, a delightful eau de toilette in a charming floral atomizer.
It's available now at home. Your store of no-risk Christmas shopping.
Hey, this week Famous Footwear's got Reeboks for $24.99. Kids, $21.99. Back to cool Reeboks at Famous Footwear now!
Announcing the Fava half-price sale. Buy any pair of shoes at Fava. Get a second pair at half price. Better hurry.
Buy leather pumps, get boots at half price. Buy leather flats, get Olympians at half price.
Buy leather Pumas.
Get leather casuals at half price.
Pick out any pair of Fava shoes and we'll give you half off on a second pair of equal or lower price. You'll go far in Favas because the styles stand out and the shoes stand up. Fava guarantees it.
Buy fashion boots, get sport boots at half price.
Buy leather Olympians.
Get pumps at half price.
Half price sale at Fava.
The original OG Biker Scout. My favorite stormtrooper. It wasn't up until very recently. I now own a helmet for a Biker Scout. So, I keep talking to you. So, you gonna tell everybody that that you hope they like Friday the 13th, the series?
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas is coming. So, in that case, what do you want for Christmas, Vince?
Yakuza 0 and the real drums.
And real drums. Ask the people out there in the audience. Ask them what they want for Christmas.
I want.
No, you ask them what they want for Christmas, not what you want for Christmas. Say, what would you like for Christmas?
What would you like for Christmas, dude?
What would you like for Christmas, dude? Vince wants to know what you want for Christmas. We're going to start this all off. And maybe, just maybe, I'll put, you know what? I think I'm going to put a prize pack together for one lucky viewer in the United States. And we'll ship that out to you. And you'll get just a gift pack from the Saturday morning serials, the SciFridays, the Anime Source, and Are You Game, and the Captain, and the Vince. We'll send you a gift. And but we got to find out what you guys want. And whoever has the best thing, maybe we'll do it. Because we're going to put this over. We'll just run for the month. We're going to pick it on Christmas, and we're going to ship it out. You're going to get a little late, but we're going to ship it out to you. So, hope you guys like Friday the 13th, the series, as I ramble on about stuff. And because we're going right into Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing was such a good cartoon. It was such a good show. Hokey as heck, but I loved it. But I'm a big fan of the Swamp Thing, and I believe you all should be a fan of the Swamp Thing too. You should be having to like, you know, live in fear of me showing up at your house going, like Swamp Thing! That's what you should live in fear of. No. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this to you, and this is Swamp Thing episode 7, and this is The Grotesquerie. Enjoy.
It is what I am. I was once a man. I know the evil men do. Do not bring your evil here. I warn you. Beware the wrath of Swamp Thing.
I'm sorry it's taken me darn near a week to look into this toxic waste. I've been out of town, receiving a very nice honorary degree from some very kind people. I don't remember what I did that so impressed them.
It's been 4 weeks since I asked for your help, Doctor. I'd like some immediate action.
The dumping will be stopped, my dear, and the damaged area will be restored. I almost adore you. I'll do it with my own hands, if you like.
And ruin your manicure?
Man, it's really a crime people dump so much crud in this swamp. If they didn't, you'd be out of a job. Look at this. What in the... wish I knew what it is.
Bet even God doesn't know what it is.
Think we should finish it off?
Maybe we ought to run it past Dr. Arcane.
Why bother? He says he doesn't care what we do with this stuff.
In that case, I know how we can make ourselves some big bucks off of this thing.
Taking a free peep?
I didn't see anything.
I can always tell when boys lie. They tighten their bums. Makes them stand funny. You're standing funny right now, aren't you?
I want to buy a ticket.
You got any idea what's inside my grotesquerie?
Human anomalies?
Oh, so it's human anomalies, is it? And what fancy pants boys' school did you escape from? You think it's gonna rain?
The sun's out.
Nah, the sun's a cover-up. How'd you like to work for me?
Doing what?
Maybe your stomach can't take a job like this, eh?
Here you go. Hope it tastes better than it looks. Better eat this while it's hot.
What's taking you so long? Eat up, you filthy misfits! Oh, Jim, help me.
He needs good swamp water and algae. I was once a scientist.
I'll go get some.
You can't bring the cure to him. You must take him to the cure.
How can I get him out of this cage?
Magic?
I don't know how much longer I can last. Hurry, please.
I'll get you back to the swamp. Some way. I promise. Going to be gone long?
Why, you gonna miss me? Just do your work and mind your own business. Oh.
Nothing to be afraid of, my dear. My place. Ought to look good to you after sleeping in the streets.
You look almost pretty when you're afraid.
I'm not afraid. I'm hungry. You said you'd buy me a hot meal.
I have some soggy potato chips around here somewhere. You can have them, if you can find them. So how did you get to be a homeless?
It fell through the cracks.
Come over here.
Let me go!
Oh, what? You'll scream? You can scream bloody murder! Nobody around here to hear you. Nobody except those misbegottens out there. How'd you like to meet them, eh? I'm sure they'd like to meet you. Meet Lady Claire, gentlemen. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, hello. Come here, come here. Hey, 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 hey. I know what that little bugger's up to.
We have another glorious failure for you, Simon. A playmate for Amos there.
Well, as you can see, Doctor, I've no more room. No more room at all. Plus which?
Plus which? What's that mean? Kid brother, do you know what plus which means?
Plus which? I've never heard the word in my life.
You haven't paid me yet for taking Amos. Remember our agreement? Amos plus 1,000.
I see. And for the new one, another 1,000.
I suppose so. If I must take him.
He's outside. Go get him. Kid brother, help this gentleman.
What about the money?
Don't spend it all in one place.
Thank you, Doctor. I always knew you were a man of your word.
And the word is plus which, right?
Right.
I hope this one's really ugly. The uglier, the better for business.
Simon, you've got company. Charming company. You're very pretty. I'm sure you've never been with anyone like me.
Better put this down right here for the time being.
This'll be a nice afternoon diversion. Over you go. That Simon really is a pig.
It's me. It's Jim. I'm here.
I'll help you. Let me out.
Me too.
Oh, over here. Over here. I know who you are. Oh, yes, I do. You're that thing that treed my brother. Oh, my saints, are you ever gonna pay for that?
Doctor! Doctor! That thing that treed my brother! It's in one of the cages! I'll go help the others. Ryan.
wait. Come. Jim, help. The keys.
Hurry up.
I don't have the strength. I don't have the strength. You take over. Teacher.
Oh no, I can't reach the pedal.
Stop! Stop, you little devil! Or I'll put you in a cage when I catch up with you! Stop!
First you, Simple Simon.
I'll give you each 1,000 and a new life.
I don't want your money.
Hang in there. Oh no, we're out of gas. Can you make it from here?
I think so.
Gonna make it, aren't you?
You really are the swamp.
Tis the season to shop at FedMart for gifts galore, food, and more. Save $20. Huffy's Thunder Trail bikes now $59.99. Our entire selection of gold jewelry now 50% off. 6-foot Bavarian pine trees fully assembled with stand, only $19.99. We've slashed our food prices. You now pay less for the items you use the most. Gifts, food, and more. Shop FedMart, America's greatest general store.
Now
Now I can take some personal time at Filene's and save while I spend on my wardrobe. It's the men's-only wardrobe sale, now through Thursday, March 14th only. I can get a suit, a sport coat, a blazer, slacks, even a raincoat. And the more I buy, the more I save. I spend $200, I lop off 20%, $300, 25%, $400 and more, 30%. And there's an extra savings bonus, too. 2 20% off coupons. One for men's shoes, one for men's dress shirts. So I'm taking some personal time at Filene's and saving a bundle in the men's-only wardrobe sale this week only.
You know, every year, I tend to get at least one Star Wars thing for Christmas. I think it's a guilt present for my mom. She always gives me something stupid from Star Wars every year for Christmas. And it's usually a t-shirt. Ain't that right, bud?
Doing your arms.
He's going to do my arms. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, Vince is now my arms, right? Yeah. So, I hope you guys liked Swamp Thing. And you're having fun still. And remember, we're going to take all of your likes. And we're going to choose one of you guys. At Christmas time. Give you something cool. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. So, you know, I like Swamp Thing. I really do. And it's great because in this new month's order book, they're offering the first appearance of John Constantine Facsimile Edition. So, you know, I put this together, and some of this stuff I did not think I'd be able to show. And one of the number one things I did not think I was going to be able to show is Spider-Man, the live-action series. But here we are. And I'm going to keep bringing it to you. Spider-Man, the live-action series. I wanted Nicholas Hammond to be in either Spider-Man, No Way Home, or No Way Home, or Wolverine and Deadpool. I wanted him somewhere. I wanted them to give him a little bit of credit. I mean, even in the Hulk, they gave Lou Ferrigno credit. He's in there as his, security guard. He's even the voice of the Hulk in the Edward Norton stuff. I don't think it's fair, man. Nicholas Hammond was the OG live-action Spider-Man. And he should get the credit. So, here you guys go. On that note, this is Spider-Man Episode 6. Enjoy.
You mean to tell me that you spent the whole evening with one of the most beautiful movie stars in the world and you don't have any pictures?
Well, I was going to take some.
Now, wait. Don't tell me. Let me guess. Somebody stole your camera.
No.
No. You forgot to take any film.
No, it was nothing like that.
Well, then what was it?
Well, she left early.
Why?
She got sick.
Oh. Was it anything serious? Maybe there's a story in that.
I think you might be right.
But of course I'm right.
And I'll get right on it. But to do it right, I will need one thing.
Oh, of course. Your every request is my command.
All I need is a car from the motor pool so I can get from the arena.
A car? You want a car, that's all?
Thank you, Mr. Jameson. I was afraid you wouldn't understand.
Oh, of course I understand. Parker, did you know that for the first 10 years that I ran this paper, I rode the subway to and from work every day in all kinds of weather?
No, sir, I didn't know that.
I think it did me a lot of good. Just as I think it's going to do you a lot of good.
Does that mean I don't get the car?
Parker, you'll get a car from me the day that the Statue of Liberty roller skates down Fifth Avenue. Now get out of here. You're supposed to be at the airport in 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Here, sign this.
What is it?
The motor pool has to have a requisition.
Well, doesn't he have to sign it?
Hasn't he?
Rita, you're a terrific artist.
I ought to be. Got my Ph.D. from the University of the Streets.
Passengers for Polo Flight 9 to Paris may now board at gate 15. Polo Flight 9 to Paris is now
Okay, people, take it easy. You'll all get your chance.
Captain, you have to stand right there.
We've all got a job to do, Parker. President Padilla's on that plane.
Welcome to New York.
Thank you.
President Calderon, there must be a reason you chartered a plane instead of using your presidential jet.
Oh, gentlemen, this is not a state visit. Today belongs to my daughter, Maria.
Isn't it unusual for the daughter of a president to enter a beauty pageant?
Oh, nowadays, daughters don't always ask their father's permission. Not even the daughters of presidents.
Miss Calderon, is this your first visit to New York?
No, I was here about 3 years ago when my father spoke for the UN.
What do you want to see on this trip?
This is your idea of a photo essay?
No, but you see, there was an awful crush. I mean, you wouldn't believe.
You're right, I wouldn't. The Times has pictures of the president's arrival. The Examiner has a 4-column spread on the president's daughter. What does the Daily Bugle have? I couldn't understand these pictures at the Museum of Modern Art. Rita, get Connors for me.
Connors? You don't want Connors. As a photographer, he's got about as much taste as mashed potatoes.
Have you been listening in again?
Me and everybody else on the floor. You're rattling the windows, boss.
Just get Connors for me. Put him on that beauty pageant. And hold my calls.
You want it. You got it.
The reason I messed up today is because there was an even bigger story breaking.
Bigger than the arrival of the president of the newest democratic country in South America.
A man was kidnapped right in the terminal, Mr. Jameson.
Really? Half the police in New York at that airport? And you were the only one who saw it? Who'd they snatch?
Well, I don't know, but Spider-Man was there, and he would have caught him.
Oh, Spider-Man? You got pictures of all this?
No, I don't. But I'll get them, and I'll cover the pageant for you, and I'll get an exclusive interview with the president and his daughter. I can do it, I promise you, sir.
Parker, you have a job with this paper as a part-time photographer because it's always been my policy to help students who are working their way through college. Thanks to you, I am seriously considering changing that policy.
Call for you, Mr. Jameson.
I told you to hold my calls.
Okay, I guess you know the mayor better than I do.
No, never mind. Just wait a minute. Get out of here, will you, Parker? And the next time, will you bring me pictures and not excuses? Jameson here. Morning, Mr. Mayor. It's nice of you to call.
Wish I had the nerve to talk to him the way you do.
Well, there are certain advantages to being a member of a disadvantaged minority, if you know what I mean. Actually, Mr. Jameson's not that bad. He just growls a lot.
Yeah, well, you better tell that to Connors.
No, you're not giving up, are you?
Well, what do you think?
I think you've got a plan.
I think you're right. And part of it involves you doing a favor for a friend of mine.
A friend, huh? Mm-hmm.
Now, where would somebody go to have a picture drawn? You know, the kind that you have made just from a description?
Yeah, well, then your friend should get in touch with Ted Arthur in the art department. He's on assignment, but he'll be in tonight. What time does your friend want to come in? I'll make him an appointment.
Oh, no, you don't have to do that. I know the description. I can give it to him myself.
Mm-hmm. I thought you might. Oh, hey, listen, Pete. The next time you get a picture of that Spider-Man, please get him to autograph one for me, okay?
Will do, Rita.
Okay.
Will do.
That call from the mayor. He didn't call me. You called him.
Well, in all the confusion around here, it's hard for me to remember.
What confusion? You were deliberately getting that kid off the hook.
Now, why would I do something like that?
What happened?
We got the man from the embassy at the airport.
The airport? Did Salty reach Calderon?
No.
I don't know how he found out. But if he told Calderon that I was in this country, we will never reach the girl.
Don't worry. He spoke to no one. What do you want me to do with him?
Hold him here. He was one of those who backed Calderon when he overthrew my brother and drove me from my own country. I want him as a witness when President Calderon resigns of his own free will and names me as his successor.
Gee, I'm never going to be able to walk down those risers without tripping or something.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
They go so fast.
Next group of girls, on stage, please.
Well, there's one consolation. Did you see that gorgeous group of guys that got to be our escorts?
Gentlemen, the most important thing for you to remember is courtesy and decorum at all times. Our young ladies are from different cultures and different lands. They're guests in our country, and we want them to enjoy their stay here. Since many of our young ladies do not speak English, I'd like first to assign those of you who speak a foreign language. Now, who speaks Italian? Portuguese and French? Good.
I can speak some Tavillian.
I didn't know Tavilla had a separate language.
Oh, yes, ma'am. It's a very difficult dialect of Spanish.
Oh, I see. What is your name?
Parker, ma'am. Peter Parker.
So, you say you do speak Tavillian?
Yes, sir. Si, sir.
Sí. Of course I see. ¿Qué clase de trabajo hace usted, señor Parker?
I beg your pardon?
What kind of work do you do?
Oh, excuse me. Physics. I'm a graduate student.
And a very clever one. Clever enough to create a Tavillian dialect, so you will be assigned to escort my daughter. Why?
Well,
President Calderon, I've got my men stationed at all the exits. Parker, what are you doing here?
Hello, Captain.
So you know this young man?
Yeah.
Yes, I know young Parker.
Oh, the captain and I are old friends.
Oh, then he wouldn't mind vouching for your character. He's to be my daughter's escort for the evening.
Well, yeah. Parker, he's okay. But me and my men will be there, too. You've got nothing to worry about.
I feel much better. Oh. Captain. A cigar?
Oh, yeah. Don't mind if I do.
They are the primary export of my country.
Mr. Parker? Oh, no, thank you. I'm allergic to tobacco.
Papa, how do I look?
Wonderful. Miss Galaxy, at least.
I'm gonna have my eye on you, Parker.
Let me introduce your escort for the evening. Mr. Peter Parker.
To you?
How very sweet. Thank you.
You know Captain Barbera?
Yes.
Well, you better run along. You're going to be late.
Bye-bye, Papa.
Have a good time. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Well, why are you just standing there? American security is one thing, but I want my daughter properly guarded.
That's the national dance of Pavilion.
No, Miss Warren's prep school, San Francisco. I'll be a sophomore at Stanford next year.
Well, no wonder you don't have an accent.
Not even a civilian accent.
That didn't work too well, did it?
It was a bold move, and Papa respected you for it. And I was flattered. I go freshen up.
All right. Can I get you a glass of wine?
I'd love one, thanks. Excuse me.
It's all right, my darling. It's all right.
Hey, Maria, isn't this great? Did you see that gorgeous hunk I landed for an escort? Well, to tell you the truth, Kim, mine isn't so bad either. Oh, you're kidding. He's cute. Mind if I cut in later? Sure. Bye.
Over there.
Well, Maria's been gone for some time. I thought I'd better check.
You don't check. I check. Miss Calderon? Calderon?
Maria?
Miss Calderon?
Captain, you better get the key.
Yeah.
Maria Calderon has been kidnapped.
Mr. Parker, your last assurance to me was that you would be responsible for the safety of my dog.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, don't blame Parker. My men checked the window to the powder room. There were iron bars mounted in the window. Somebody somehow tore them apart. The old security people were there. And between you all together, managed to lose my daughter. We'll do everything possible to find her. No, I want no action taken.
Well, sir, you can't just tie the captain's hands.
Any effort by the police or anybody else can only endanger her life. I will wait to hear from the kidnappers and pay any ransom they want.
You mean we're to do nothing?
Absolutely. And I want your guarantee, Mr. Parker, that this incident will not go beyond this room. As far as the world is concerned, my daughter has suddenly taken ill and has to be confined to her hotel room. Is that understood?
You have my word, sir.
Good. Now, if you both excuse me. Oh, boy, you really burned me up this time, Parker.
Well, Captain, you just said it wasn't my fault.
Oh, that was for the president.
Oh, thanks. You know, to spread those bars and get Maria out of there, to act that fast. Now, wouldn't you think that that would require an enormous amount of strength?
So I'll put out an APB on King Kong. Tell me something, Parker. Whenever there's trouble, how is it that you always seem to end up right in the middle of it?
Just luck, I guess.
Lisa Alvarez, you are a traitor to Tavilla. When my father finds out what... He will do anything I say. If he ever wants to see you alive again.
Yeah, and kind of moon-faced. Oh, and a mustache. How's that? That's good. That's very good, but his eyes were a little bit smaller.
Moon face with a mustache and piggy eyes. Sounds like my brother-in-law.
Is this the man? That's him, all right. So you haven't seen this man before? Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. My fault, sorry. Excuse me, ladies. My name is Parker. Peter Parker.
Hi,
and
you're a photographer for the Daily Bugle, aren't you?
Usually, yes, but right now I'm looking for someone. And I wondered whether maybe you had seen this man around.
Paging Miss Peggy Christian. Your party is waiting at the escort gate. Miss Peggy Christian, please.
Oh, if I'd seen him, I'd try to forget it. But are you a freak for uglies?
Yeah, well, thanks anyway.
Well, Peter, wait. Don't you want to take our pictures?
Oh, well, you're all so beautiful. I'd love to, but I just ran out of film. Excuse me.
Hold. Senor Presidente, the maid is here to clean the room. Should I tell her to come back later?
Oh, it's all right. Let her come in.
It is obvious you love her very much.
Lisa? Lisa Alvarez. What are you doing here?
Is it not self-evident?
Maria. What have you done with her?
She's all right. For now.
You are even more devious than your brother.
Gracias. I consider being compared to my brother in any way to be the greatest of compliments.
How much do you want? I'll pay anything you say.
You cannot buy your daughter's freedom.
Then what is it you want?
You cannot guess. Because of you, my brother died in disgrace.
Your brother? Your brother was a tyrant.
A word. But the name Alvarez still means power to the people of Tavilla.
And fear.
That is why they must welcome my return.
Your return?
Yes. Before the whole world on the day of the pageant, you will resign in my favor, ensuring a peaceful transfer of power.
Peaceworker 1 to Peaceworker 2. Are you there?
Peacework 2, over.
Get the car. Circle around to the alley behind the White House. We have company.
Total loss, Parker. The car's a total loss.
Well, at least Peter wasn't hurt.
Yeah, I'm fine. You won't be for long. I should deduct the cost of that car from your paycheck.
But Mr. Jameson, the newspaper has insurance. And besides, it wasn't my fault. Somebody else hit me. I told that to the police.
This would never have happened if you'd been riding the subway. How did you get that car in the first place? I specifically remember telling you that you could not have a car from the motor pool.
Well, boss, don't you remember? You changed your mind.
What?
Well, sure. Don't you remember? You said you wanted to go all out on that Calderon story.
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember changing my mind about giving Parker a car.
I guess you forgot.
Are you suggesting that I'm getting senile?
Oh, no, boss, but, everybody forgets things once in a while.
I never forget anything where Parker's concerned. You would need a requisition to get that car from the motor pool. Now, get it. I want to see who signed it.
Well, I've got it right here. I thought you might be wanting it.
That's my signature.
I told you.
I don't remember, but that is my signature.
Well, boss, you got so much stuff to sign, you can't remember all of it.
Oh, sure. I can remember being in this office when you've had stacks and stacks of papers to sign.
Maybe I am getting senile.
Oh, no. You just need to get away.
Yes, from you. And you. Go on out of here, both of you. Leave me alone.
Rita, that was beautiful. I don't know how I could ever thank you.
Well, if he takes that requisition to a handwriting expert, you can help me find another job.
But I must see the president. It's very, very important.
We have our orders.
But if you just tell him I'm here, I know he'll see me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Parker, but he said no one.
In on you like this, Mr. President, but I have to see you.
So you are that Spider-Man I heard about. What do you want?
I want to help. But I must have the answers to some questions, and I must have them now if you want to see Maria alive again.
What do you know about Maria?
Sir, do you know a man looks like this?
No, I don't know him. I never saw him before.
Right. And I suppose you don't know a Mr. Sauti either.
You are very impertinent, whoever you are.
That might be true, Mr. President, but a friend of mine stopped by the Tavillian legation today. Oh, they weren't talking either. But there was a picture on the wall. A picture of Mr. Sauti.
I ask specifically no interference.
I saw this man kidnap Mr. Sauti. I'm sure he has Maria. And I think, sir, you know his name.
The name will do no good. Matsu. He's an assassin, skilled in the arts of death. In my country, the Alvarez family hired him many times to eliminate those they feared.
An assassin, you say? Not a kidnapper?
This time he wants to trade my daughter's life for my resignation so others will take control of Tavillia.
Others? That must be the lady that Mr. Matsu works for, Lisa Alvarez. Well, sir, it's no secret that if you resign, the Alvarez family will climb back into power. And once again, Tavillia will become a haven for terrorists.
I will not jeopardize the life of my daughter.
Mr. President, please, just tell me what you know. I think I can help.
I'm afraid I don't know very much. At the opening of the pageant, I am to make an announcement before international television and ask that Lisa Alvarez be restored to the power her brother held.
It's 5 hours. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Got any film in your camera this time?
Not this time. Really, Kim, this is very, very important.
Sure, what's wrong?
You said at the disco that one of the chaperones went into the powder room just before Maria. Which one was it?
Oh, I don't know. But she was wearing an official badge.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. They have her overs like mother hens.
It's terrific, thank you.
As director of the Miss Galaxy Beauty Pageant, I can assure you that every single chaperone has been interviewed by Miss Hayes or myself. We see them personally before they ever get their credentials.
So then you have their addresses.
I've told you, there is no Miss, no Mrs. or Ms. Alvarez.
Ma'am, could you take just one more look at the photo, please? She may have used a different name.
You know, this could be our Miss Garcia. Here it is. 112 Parkland Place, apartment 11E.
Trouble?
Come on, I'll show you.
Matsu, bring the briefcase, please.
You see, it's been quiet as a church around here. So I think it's about time we had the collection.
Don't worry. Senora Alvarez will not try to cheat us.
Matsu is right. Klein, your money is right here. Klein, check outside. There may be others.
So, this is the Spider-Man. She don't look so tough after all. let's have a look at this American Wonder Man.
There is no time for that. There could be others.
But I understand this strong one works alone.
We are taking no chances. Get rid of them. Now.
Please, think of what you're doing. Maria cannot hurt you. She is just a girl.
Don't beg for me. She's no different from her brother.
That is correct. And in exactly 1 hour, Tavilia will belong to me, as it did my brother.
All's clear outside. He must have come alone.
Good. Matsu, take care of them.
With pleasure.
Hey, I'm heading up security here, and there's been a slight change of plans.
Well, I don't understand.
As you know, my daughter Maria has been taken ill, and I would like to make a short announcement on her behalf.
Well, I'm certain that will be in order, Mr. President. I'm just so sorry that she's not feeling well.
It would be easier for security if the president could make his announcement at the beginning of the program.
Oh, I'll see that it's arranged, Captain Barbera.
Thank you.
Oh, and Mr. President, I do hope that Maria will be feeling better soon.
I'm sure she will. Thank you.
To her father before it's too late.
Sam, take the side, Lou, you in the back there. And you guys float, keep your eyes open.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Miss Galaxy pageant. It's my great pleasure to be your host today as we crown the finest young beauty in the world. Won't you join me now in giving all these lovely young ladies a warm, enthusiastic American welcome? Come on.
Come on, I'll show you.
Thank you, ladies, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin our festivities this afternoon, it's my honor to present to you the president of Tavilia, who has a special announcement we would like to make at this time. President Calderon.
Thank you. Thank you. It is with deep regret that I must tell you that my daughter Maria cannot be here today. It is with the same regret that I must make the following announcement.
Papa, wait!
Captain Barbera said they didn't find Matsu's body when they dragged the river.
Yeah. He's a clever one. I bet he survived.
I hope not. Meeting him once was enough for me.
Yeah. Peter, there's no way I can thank you or Spider-Man enough.
Oh, well, this exclusive is enough for me. I'm just sorry that Maria missed too much of the judging to win the pageant.
Well, there is always next year.
I think not. However, meeting Spider-Man was a unique experience. I'll always remember that.
And Peter, remember that tonight you bear even more responsibility for the safety of my daughter.
Yes, sir, Mr. Preston.
Good night, Papa.
Good night. Have a good time.
You will.
Thank you.
Hey, Peter? Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, yes.
Too bad you're not Spider-Man. He'd find a way to get rid of those two.
Your saving place makes saving nice with quality at a Kmart price.
It's music for Mother's Day from GE. This FM AM digital clock radio with LED readout and music alarm is sale priced at just $29.87. And this FM AM portable radio that works on house current or batteries is just $18.77. Special Mother's Day sale and Saturday at Kmart.
Kmart is the saving place.
Ladies and gentlemen, to settle the Battle of Ohio from the Cleveland Browns, Bernie Kosar. From the Cincinnati Bengals, Boomer Esiason. Come on, fighting its bells. Let's go. This is Browns. No way, it's Bengals. Bengals. Wait, what are we fighting? You're right. Let the people decide. Kroger calls the vote. Takes us off the hook. Come on, let's go.
Save on the 1-pound package of Oscar Mayer meat wieners, just $1.69.
So, I hope you guys still like Spider-Man. I absolutely love the live-action Spider-Man. And it is such a disappointment finding out that how close we were to having the live-action Spider-Man meets the live-action Hulk. But it didn't happen. But that's like recently I found out how close we were to getting a live-action...
Doing your arms.
Yeah, we're doing arms. Live-action, basically Avengers, back in the late 70s, early 80s. Because that's why we got the Captain America TV movies. That's why we got the Doctor Strange TV movies. We had Spider-Man, we had Hulk. We were supposed to start getting them all together so we could have one big movie. I found that out like 6 months ago. That's insane to me. That's something I should have known. So, I'm having fun with Spider-Man. I hope you guys are. It's hokey as heck. Yes, they gotta hoist him up with, hooks and cranes and stuff to get him to climb up walls. But dude, it was the time. They did the best they could. So that's all I gotta say. And I'm not gonna lie. The web shooters actually were kind of kind of cool. So, we're going to let you enjoy Spider-Man because we're going to keep it going.
Fire.
And we're going to bring you some Young Dracula. I haven't done Young Dracula in a while, and I think you guys should have some Young Dracula. I think the BBC does fun sci-fi and / horror. And even if it's hokey and goofy, they enjoy it. They embrace it. You know, where America, we might get a season, if we're lucky, or a handful of episodes. They'll at least finish it. Kinda. You know, I dug Jekyll. Jekyll technically had an ending, but it could have kept going. So I always like how they did that at the end of each season. They made it so that the show could have ended or continue on. Or they could just do what they do with Red Dwarf and just every few years you get a full another season. Just randomly out of the blue. They're like, oh, this is the last season. 3 years later, we're doing a whole nother season for you guys because it's Red Dwarf and they love it. So, you know, I kind of hope they do something with Young Dracula. So, on that note, here you guys go. This is Young Dracula episode 6. And this is Toothache. Enjoy.
You dental floss master. Renfield. Go to your hole. Thank you, master. An early night.
Is that a toffee in your mouth?
Yes. Just a very, very chilled cockroach.
How dare you bring confectionery into this house? What if my precious son Vlad should find them?
Oh, where's your precious son who I stole them from in the first place? He's got a whole stash in his bedroom.
Oh, he has he?
Robin and I are going to have so much fun.
The point I was trying to make is that a sleepover isn't the most sensible idea you've ever had, Vlad. What about your father?
Look, I know Dad may be an evil blood-sucking vampire, but he's actually pretty chilled out these days.
Vladimir! All right, hand over the sugar.
Sugar? What sugar?
Vladimir.
Oh, come on, a few sweets won't hurt.
Won't hurt? You're a vampire. How do you expect to bite people if you don't have strong and healthy teeth?
Dad, I don't want to bite people.
Well, you will one day. Now hand over the sweets, or I'll book you in for a checkup with Renfield.
Renfield? Sorry, Dad. What was I thinking? I'll never eat sweets again. I promise. A narrow escape.
Why are you smiling? You've lost all your sweets.
You don't grow up living with the Prince of Darkness without picking up the odd trick or two. He set light to my pajamas.
I'm not sure it's wise to eat quite so many sweets, Master Vlad.
Not you as well, Zoltan. My teeth are fine. Ow.
So, Master Vlad. Little toothache, eh? Well, we'll soon have that sorted. Open wine.
It's all right. You are having a nightmare. Morning!
What do you want?
Your father told me to fix the door, but I can fix you as well, if you like. Come on, up you get. You'll be late. Oh!
Morning.
Oh!
Graham, what's happened?
Dad, you're so gullible. It's just my new horror makeup kit.
Robin, I thought there'd been a murder or something.
Oh, don't worry, that can still be arranged.
Is everything all right, Vlad?
Absolutely. Morning, Ingrid. Happy birthday.
I'm a Dracula. I'm far too evil for birthdays.
So you won't want this card from your mother, then?
Dad! You garlic muncher.
Language, Ingrid.
That was cruel, even for you.
Oh, yes. I've still got it.
Ruler. Pencil.
Pencil.
Scalpel.
Scalpel?
Joke.
It's not funny. I need to find out what's wrong with my teeth, preferably before our sleepover.
Well, this book of yours isn't helping. That is, it wouldn't be anything to do with a change, would it?
The change happens at the age of 16. I've got 3 whole years until I start growing fangs.
Growing fangs? Wicked. What does it say?
Nothing important.
When a young vampire complains of dental discomfort, he may be about to embark on the change.
Robin!
This occurs at the age of 16.
But can happen several years earlier.
Do you know what this means? I'm turning into a vampire.
Transylvanian vermin!
Congratulations, Jono. You're now a grade 1 vampire slayer.
Yeah, whatever, Dad. So when are we going camping?
Camping?
Yes. You promised to take me once I got my grade 1.
Did I?
Yes.
All right, well, this weekend, I suppose.
Oh, wicked.
All right, now, come on. Let's get this lot cleared away. For the last time, I am not a dork, or an orc, or a wok.
Chill out, it's just makeup. Yeah, I knew that. I was just humouring you.
Quieten down before there's a class detention. And Branna, wash that muck off your face.
I can't believe you did that.
Oh, come on, it was funny.
It's stupid as well with Van Helsing around.
Sorry. Look, maybe you should talk to your dad about your teeth.
And tell him I'm going through the change. Are you crazy?
Won't he be pleased?
Please, or throw a party.
Wicked. Can I come?
No, it's not going to be a party.
Surprise!
How did you know?
Where's Ingrid?
Oh, yeah, having a birthday party for Ingrid.
Well, I know she's only a pointless female, but... Oh, Ingrid, darling, happy birthday!
Wow! What, really? This is all for me?
And you thought we'd forgotten. Renfield's been out shopping all week.
Oh, Dad! It's perfect! This is the best birthday ever. I can't believe it. All right, what's going on?
Nothing's going on, my precious. We just want you to look your best for your husband.
I don't have a husband.
You do now. Renfield, introduce Adrianus.
Unfortunately, Adrianus could not be with us today, so he recorded this special message.
Hello, Ingrid. Let me introduce you to my gods.
We're not going?
What do you mean we're not going? I passed my grade 1 Vampire Slayer exam.
Yeah, and then you failed it when you made a big ninny of yourself in class.
Well, all right, I'll do the test again. I mean, it wasn't exactly hard, was it?
Oh, I see. So grade 1 is too easy. Well, let's see how you cope with grade 3.
Grade 3?
Yeah, that's right, Jono. In at the deep end. Let's see if you've got what it takes to be a real Slayer.
So those were Fluffy and Irish, our gods. And now this is the coffin we will one day share. Along with the rest of my family, of course. Yes, life is hard here in Trans-Siberia. But we know good fortune has finally come our way. Now that the beautiful daughter of Count Dracula has agreed to be my wife.
This had better be a joke.
I knew you'd be pleased.
I'll pack your bags.
This is all your fault.
What did I do?
You were born.
Look, you're not the only one with problems.
Ready, Jono? Your first challenge. Come on, Jono.
I'm not eating worms.
Don't be such a big girl's blouse.
Oh. Dad, this is spaghetti.
Got ya. But you passed. Well done, son.
So does that mean we get to go camping now?
Don't be ridiculous. They don't give a grade 3 away just like that. 1 challenge gone, 2 more to go.
So you'll fly over tomorrow to collect her. Splendid, splendid.
Open up or I'll put garlic in your slippers.
Ingrid. Oh, yeah, she's very excited. Hello? Hello? Ingrid, I am trying to talk to your husband.
He's not my husband.
Oh, no, but he will be.
You just want to get rid of me.
Well, of course I do. Then it'll just be me and Vladdy. Forever.
Well, I don't need Adrianus. I've already got a boyfriend.
Well, why the flaming torches didn't you tell me? Silly girl. I must meet him immediately. Tonight.
Well, there's always been a bit of chemistry. But now it's official. I'm Ingrid's boyfriend.
Pretend boyfriend, Robin, and for one night only.
Aren't you forgetting something, Robin? Our sleepover?
Well, the thing is, Ingrid is very pretty.
But you're supposed to be my friend.
Vlad, don't be so selfish. If I can't prove I've got a boyfriend, Dad's going to send me off to Trans-Siberia.
Oh dear. Send us a postcard when you get there.
Do what you have to, Robin. I've got plenty of other friends. Chloe, do you want to come to my sleepover?
Yeah, I'd love to.
You're aware of Vlad's little fang issues, are you?
I'm sure it's just a bit of toothache, that's all.
Since when were vampires your specialist subject? Still, if you know what you're doing.
Ignore her, Vlad. You're not going to bite me.
I hope not. I wouldn't want to miss that. What?
Challenge 2 is a test of nerve and bravery. Can you retrieve all 3 bulbs of garlic without being bitten by the 6-foot python?
Oh, I'm so scared.
Well, you should be.
Yeah, right. What you got in there? A big bit of rope?
Jono, steady. You'll aggravate Monty.
1 bulb. 2 bulbs. 3 bulbs. Easy.
That's alive, Jono. That was... Wow, well done.
Yeah. Man, there's really a snake in that box. Oh! Dad! I could have been bitten.
Well, what do you think the gloves were for?
Father, this is my boyfriend, Yuri.
So, this is the impudent upstart that wants to steal my daughter away from me.
Who, me? I wouldn't dream of it.
Well, then why are you wasting my time?
Take no notice of him. Yuri's completely devoted to me, Father.
Let's see whether he's quite so devoted. When he's forced to endure ordeal by sunlight.
Make it stop.
Only if you give up my daughter.
Never. I'd rather shrivel into dust than renounce my love for Ingrid.
He's not even smoking. You're quite the tough cookie, Renfield.
Yes, master?
Fetch the nun's breath.
The nun's breath.
Time for your 3rd and final challenge. A blood-sucking vampire is loose in school. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to hunt him down and slay him dead. Ready?
Bring it on.
So, even the ordeal by Feather Duster cannot crush him. Congratulations, you may kiss your prize. I'm glad we honest the good news.
Oh, yes! Dad, where are you? I'm bored of this now. There has to be another way to spend Friday night.
No, I'm afraid she already has a boyfriend. Yes, I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
You know, I think your dad really likes me, Ingrid.
What are you still doing here?
Well, your dad asked me to stay for dinner. Reckon I'll be moving in before long.
Listen, mongrel. Here's the plan. Tomorrow morning, I get an urgent call saying that you've been slain by an angry peasant mob.
What? You're killing me off?
Yeah. Dad'll be gutted. And I'll be in mourning for years.
But what about us?
There is no us. I wouldn't suck your neck if you were the last breather on earth. Now get out before I vomit on you.
I love it when you growl like that.
Out!
Dad?
Oh dear, you just killed a dinner lady.
Shame. I was looking forward to going camping.
Oh, but Dad, you promised.
You lost, Jono. You'll never be a vampire slayer.
Good. I don't want to be a stupid vampire slayer. I just want to go camping.
Jono! Jono!
Oh, just go to sleep. You're not going to bite me. Okay. Night, Chloe. Night.
Jono? I know you're here somewhere. Jono. Come on. Talk to me. I'm sorry, son. I pushed you too far.
Gotcha, Transylvanian vermin. So where are we going camping?
What have you done to me?
Congratulations, Master Vlad. Your first bite.
No! What am I gonna do? Excuse me, I'm the victim here. What happens to me now?
Welcome to the family, Mistress Chloe.
Daddy! Daddy, it's Yuri. He's dead.
Well, of course he's dead. He's a vampire, stupid.
No. I mean, he was slain on his way home this morning. He stopped off in Barrows for a bite to eat. And he was set on by a crowd with garlic. I can't believe it.
Well, I certainly can't. He's been playing chess with me all morning.
Morning, gorgeous.
What are you doing here?
I couldn't leave you, Ingrid. You're so special to me.
Wonderful. Now you can really get to know one another, get married and leave the castle. Oh, forever.
Married? To him? I mean... Great. I think we should get betrothed right now.
Betrothed?
Yeah, you know. Like engaged. It's a traditional Transylvanian custom.
Well, all right then. Yeah, let's do it.
Renfield!
Good luck, Yuri.
What do you mean, good luck? It's just a simple ceremony, right?
Prepare the surgery.
Chloe? What are you doing in Robbie's bedroom?
Leave me alone. I'm sleeping.
What, in the middle of the day?
You'd better get used to it.
Oh, no. Not another Robin, please. Come on, Chloe. Up you get. Your neck. Oh.
Oh, for goodness sake, Graham, pull yourself together. She's just been at Robin's makeup, that's all.
Makeup? I should have guessed. Ingrid. Where are you going? You're running away, aren't you?
There's no choice. I can't stay here and bite all my friends, can I?
But you didn't bite me. It was Ingrid's idea of a joke.
Yeah, that's great, Chloe. Say goodbye to Robin for me. You've been the best friends I've ever had.
But I'm fine.
You are, I'm not. I've still got a toothache, haven't I? And okay, this time I didn't bite you. But next time, I could really mess up your life.
But running away won't solve anything.
Chloe, I'm just a heartless vampire.
Robin! Are you coming or not?
Help me, please! Someone help!
Help! Yuri, my brave and special vampire.
Maybe not so special after all.
An imposter!
Ingrid, perhaps you should explain to your dad.
I certainly will. He deceived us all, Father. I'll leave you to punish him how you see fit.
Not so fast, you wretched girl! You think I don't know who's behind this charade? Now pack your bags. You'll need something warm for Trans-Siberia.
No! Ingrid's telling the truth. I deceived her.
I see. Fools of us all.
How? Robin's my friend! Remember?
He brought shame upon the family name! You'll understand when you're a vampire like me.
I am a vampire. I mean, that is, I think my fangs are coming through.
Ugh, please.
Oh, my summoned air. Open wide.
He hasn't got his fangs, he's got toothache.
Ingrid, don't ruin this precious moment. No, she's right. For once.
So, what caused the toothache then?
Cavities. I warned you, boy! Renfield!
What? No!
I tell you what, this is the life age, I know, eh?
Yeah, the life of a lunatic and his unfortunate son. Thanks for stepping in and saving me, Vlad.
No worries.
So, your teeth okay now?
Yeah, turns out Renfield's actually a pretty good dentist.
Make way for Ingrid's betrothal cake.
Betrothal? I mean Ingrid back on.
It'll be back on the menu if you don't pipe down, peasant. Ingrid is to be betrothed to Adrianus. She's preparing herself as we speak.
Dad, she really doesn't want to get married.
She has no choice. My word is final.
Master, the guest of honor is here.
Adrianus!
Dad.
Please, call me Count.
And where's the lovely Ingrid?
Is she?
Hi!
Ingrid!
I am not marrying that.
No, wait, look. This is what she really looks like. Curses. You ungrateful spawn. That's the last time I tried to find you a husband.
Nice one, Ingrid.
I knew you wouldn't leave me.
Robin, 2 words. Dream and on.
See what I mean? Sheer chemistry.
If you want to do work like an expert, it helps to have the mind of a craftsman. Sears Craftsman electronic power tools are so advanced, they practically think for themselves. Their microprocessor memories and electronic sensors give you more precision, more control, and the same quality that's made Craftsman bench power and hand tools America's best sellers.
There's more for your life at Sears.
about you.
Well, I feel this way. Better than it's ever been before. I know it's you.
The feeling says love. Created with fine jewelry from Service Merchandise, America's leading jeweler.
So, I hope you guys still dig. Vince always wants to do my hand. I hope you guys enjoyed Young Dracula and still do. Because we're going to bring it to a wrap tonight. We're going to give you a anti-gravity room post-credits. And that's for Eddie. So, and for you guys who enjoy it, I love going back and rewatching these old shows. Because they're so fun watching stuff that was hot. Back then, you're like, wow, that's choking the quarter bends now at comic shows. So, and now you get something you don't, you know. And every once in a while, you find something, you're like, oh, I forgot how good that was. And you go back and check it out. So, I want to take and tell you guys, I'm glad you're all here. Glad you're all safe. Glad you're all hanging out with me on this Black Friday. And as I forget to tell people sometimes, go check us out on the Monster Channel on your Roku. You can find us online at the Roku at the Monster Channel, and you can see all the horror hosts from all around the United States playing stuff. You can still check me out, so you can double down, man. You can watch 2 episodes. You put one on the computer, one on the TV. You can watch both episodes of Saturday morning serials. So I want to take and sit down and thank. I would love to thank every one of you guys. Love to sit down and be like, I need to document all this stuff and put it all down, but we're going to hold off. So, you guys are all awesome. You guys are great. You're here every week. You're hanging out with us. You're enjoying the new shows, and you're having fun with the old shows. So, we're here. We're not going anywhere. I will literally run out of cartoons and sci-fi before I finish, and then I'll go back and pull old stuff, and we'll remix whole episodes. We will never go away. So, on that note, remember, you got SciFridays every Saturday, or SciFriday at 8. You have Saturday morning serials every Saturday morning, and you have the Anime Source Saturday nights at midnight. You can check out the best in old school anime. And on that note, I want to say thank you all to everybody. Have fun. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you soon. So take care. And what do you got to say to everybody?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. It's a little early, but I'm going to say Captain out. What do you say?
Captain out.
Captain out. Bye.
We constantly receive mail telling us that there's more than Marvel, DC, and Image out there. We know. You want it, you got it. It's a Fringe Fest, Charlie Brown. I'm Phil Intro, and I promise that the word Spawn will not be in this show.
Hi, I'm Tia, guest hosting in LA, here at Hidden Treasures in Topanga Canyon, home of The Fringe.
The Fringe, alternative, self-published, or just offbeat. Whatever you want to call it, we've got it here on this episode. What's up? I'm Nick in New York, and welcome to the Anti-Gravity Room. There are tons of independent-minded artists out there on the edges of the comic book world, writing about what they want to write about and not what'll sell. Peter Baggs satirizes the whole Generation X thing in his comic book, Hate. And you know what I hate is not having a tattoo. I like this one.
Hello, my name is Peter Bagg. I'm a cartoonist and the creator of a alternative or underground comic book called Hate, which is mainly about a character named Buddy Bradley. Buddy Bradley is a very cynical, critical person, although his opinions, like mine, are always shifting and changing. My main influence, if I was to name one artist, it would be Robert Crumb. He's probably the one that most inspired the whole underground comic movement. The difference between what's called small press or independent publishing and mainstream publishing generally is that with the small press, and especially if you're self-publishing, you could simply do whatever you want. So potentially and theoretically, much more interesting work would and generally does come out of small press or independent publishing. But even when I started Hate, there was very little interest in me as an artist. I was having a hard time convincing anybody to publish even just one or two stories by me, let alone giving me my own title. So Fantagraphics, it was actually their idea to publish me. It's been a problematic name just because of the political connotations of the word hate. So many people these days, and even more so overseas, associate it with right-wing or fascist politics. So that's been a little bit of a headache, but and causes some explaining. As to whether Hate is satirizing or celebrating Generation X, I'd say it does both. Definitely satirizes, but I'd say whenever you write about something, you're romanticizing or celebrating it in some way.
One of the most influential underground cartoonists ever was Robert Crumb. Terry Zwigoff directed the wildly successful documentary on his life called, oddly enough, Crumb. It'll be out on video real soon. We checked in to see how the movie has affected widespread perception of the fringe, and also to find out about his new project. Sorry.
I start with this one because it's probably the thing that I'm most well known for in the world. And couldn't see it for a long time on truck mud flaps. And I don't know why it caught the popular imagination, caused me nothing but headaches for 10 years after I drew it. Lawsuits and IRS problems. It was a nightmare just because of this stupid keep on trucking. So don't anybody ever come to me and say, hey, R, keep on trucking.
I spend most of my time filling out tax forms, corporate returns, limited partnership returns, K-1s, 1099s. It's ridiculous. You don't get to spend any time. It's amazing anybody who has any success at all can follow it up with another film. You just get dragged down on all this nonsense, I got a lot of offers after the success of this Crumb film because it made a lot of money. I actually got a couple calls that were sort of ludicrous from people in Hollywood that wanted to do a dramatic version of the film Crumb. And I said, what do you mean a dramatic version? They said, well, we'll get somebody to play Crumb's mean Marine father, like James Caan or something. There's like a line right out of this Albert Brooks film. You ever see that Albert Brooks film where the guy says, I got two words for you, James Caan, as if, you get him in your movie and it's a go project. I just hung up on the guy. The scripts are just terrible. I read hundreds and hundreds of scripts, and they're all even, it's like you see a film made by a film class, a film school thesis. They're very bland and generic, and that's how every one of these scripts were. And so I tried to option a couple of different books. There were a couple of Bukowski books I thought would make great films, but they were always controlled. And I kept coming back to this comic Dan drew called Ghost World, which appears inside 8-Ball. But I thought it was great. I thought that the dialogue was incredibly well written, and it was, obviously very character driven, which you should ask him about.
It's kind of confusing to work on because I haven't actually finished the comic strip, and now I have to write a movie based on a story where I don't exactly know how it's going to end up. So I'm writing the movie and the comic strip at the same time, and they're actually two kind of similar but different stories. I would like to think that it is completely based in reality. I mean, a lot of the characters are composites of people I know. I try not to draw directly on somebody just because I don't want to get beaten up. My greatest influence would be Robert Crumb, just because, he invented the whole style of communication that I'm involved in. He sort of spearheaded the whole idea of just doing exactly what you want in the comics form, dealing with issues that he couldn't deal with anywhere else, and he saw the potential of the comic book as something that was really suited for personal expression. Speaking for myself and all my crotchety old friends who draw underground or alternative comics, none of us are really interested in seeing our work on a computer screen. It's just, we like the whole idea of stuff being printed on paper. That's what we grew up loving, and now the idea of seeing that transferred to a video screen is just not interesting at all. So I think rather than do that, I would probably just go into something else, go into aluminum siding or something like that.
After this, CD-ROMs and all the jelly you can eat. Okay, this week we're reviewing Assault Rigs for the Sony PlayStation. It's a tank game, much like Combat for the Atari 2600. Remember that? And when I say it's much like Combat, there are a lot of similarities. First of all, okay, you got to choose one of 3 tanks. 3 whole tanks to choose from. They're all the same tank, basically, painted different colors. And, oh yeah, one, the gun turret doesn't move. I guess it's rusted shut, like a real old tank. Okay, so you're going around this virtual reality world, and how can I describe how it looks like? Remember Tron? Well, I'm sure there was a pilot for it at one point, so that's what it looks like. And you're basically going around shooting everybody, and you collect gems, like crystal castles for the Atari. The good thing about this is it's presented in Dolby Surround. So not only do I have the bad game in front of me, I have a bad game coming from this side behind me, and from the center speaker and everything, because I hooked it up to my home theater. Assault Rigs, I have to give it 2 G's out of 5. It's a bomb drop.
This just in. Every major character, from Leonard Nimoy's Primortals to Neil Gaiman's Lady Justice, is featured in the big entertainment crossover, beginning in Wheel World #1, Neurojack. The popular online cyberhero takes comics by storm this June when he makes his debut in a one-shot comic from Big Entertainment. For generations, the Stern family kept the Mr. Monster dynasty alive until Jim Stern quit. Graffiti Designs brings you the Mr. Monster graphic novel, available now. No food, no water. What comics would you like on a desert island?
The comics I would take to a desert island would be Popeye by E.C. Segar, The Spirit by Will Eisner, Tintin by Hergé, Jack Kirby with Stan Lee's Fantastic Four, and I'm sure there's others, but I can't think of them right now, sorry.
Which brings us to the question, what makes a comic book on the fringe?
A lot of the art can be more individualistic.
I think the characters are a little more complex.
I think the subject matter.
The pictures don't look like they're cut out from the same artist and based on. They're unique, they're different. They have different style and technique.
Fringe comic books look really realistic. Home of Readings, Trina Robbins, and Nick. What more could you want?
Hey, what's up, fellow prep school rejects? I'm Nick in the center of Bohemia, Tompkins Square Park, with Comicopia, my 480th of a day, ranting like a loon over the latest comics for those whom sitting still is never enough. Yes, first up this week, we have a comic with those oh-so-desired family values by today's politicians. Well, maybe not, because this is Hate, number 22. As you probably know, this comic is about Buddy Bradley and his dysfunctional family. This dramatic installment shows Buddy's girlfriend and the Florence Nightingale relationship she has developed with Buddy's father. The story has many funny moments and an ending that breaks your heart. Any comic that can make you feel 2 emotional extremes in 27 pages has got to be something special. This is a great comic. It really represents what the fringe is, and I give it 4 out of 5 Gs on the anti-gravity scale. Next up, never mind. Instead, we've got Dark Horse Presents, number 104. This is a comic devoted to showcasing new artists and new characters. In fact, most Dark Horse characters you see today made their first appearance in this institution for the arts. This issue features 4 short stories. The first is Rusty Razorclan, President of Neptune. This is an odd little story by Mike Mignola about an intergalactic hero and his adventures patrolling the highways of space. Dark Horse Presents is a wonderful opportunity for creators to show their new stuff, and I give it 3.9 Gs on the anti-gravity scale. Lastly, one of the highest praised independent books of today, 8 Ball, number 16. This is perhaps the definitive comic for the fringe. It shows us just what an independent comic should be. Some thoughts an artist had, scribbled down in a stream of consciousness manner, and served up hot and fresh for us, the readers. This features a bunch of stories. One about a teen surviving the summer with his grandparents and communicating through messages in the sand to an unknown correspondent. Another story shows a guy obsessed with the year 1966. Why? Why not? That's the point of comics like these. And that's our lesson for today, class. Independent comics are a great forum for open discussion of real issues without those stuffy editors and multinational corporations getting in the way. This is a great book, and I give it 4 out of 5 Gs on the anti-gravity scale. From the East Village, I'm Nick Schoolar.
Palmer Verides is a riddle, trapped in an enigma, surrounded by a puzzle, covered in rich creamy caramel and dipped in a chocolatey coating. And he had this to say, ow!
Oh, probably my main influence as an artist, creator, and human being has been the work of Ernie Bushmiller and his excellent comic strip Nancy, which is so stripped down and devoid of all content that I found it an endless and bottomless source of inspiration. I've been working on the Freak Brothers, the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers, with Gilbert Shelton as his co-author and co-artist for the last 17 years. I'm often asked if the Freak Brothers are real people, and I can't imagine that they are, because if any real person tried to do what those jokers go through, they'd probably be dead 15 different ways by now. I was first approached by the Church of the Subgenius and its leader J.R. Bob Dobbs in the late 70s and asked to join their crusade for world domination. One of the basic tenets of the church is quit your job and slack off, and that sounded pretty good to me. So now I sit on the board of directors of the church and serve as its chief graphic designer, and one of my main tasks is to police our organization, one of the world's fastest growing religions, against all hints of cuteness or niceness. Very informally, I was asked at a party at a comic convention by an editor at one of the major companies, what would I do with a Batman comic? And I thought about it a second, and I said I'd do the best Batman comic that it's ever been seen, but it would probably destroy all merchandising power of the character. And that was enough for that editor. They withdrew that offer. I rather would work in the alternative comic field, because I have control over my subject, my characters, and my statements and the ideas in the work, which is really what draws me to it, is the ability of comics to communicate with the reader. That's what I'm interested in, not pushing marketing schemes on kids.
Now a special treat. Anti-Gravity Room field reporter Keith Knight has successfully scored an interview with Trina Robbins, well known for her work on women's comics. Spell it with me. WIMMINSCOMIX, women's comics. Okay, Trina, what was your very first comic book?
My first comic book, in 1970, I put together the first all-woman comic ever in the whole world. And it was, of course, called It Ain't Me, Babe, and that was my first book.
What piece of work are you most proud of?
In 1988, I co-edited a book called Strip AIDS USA, which was an AIDS benefit book. We had cartoonists from all over the country doing comics about AIDS. In 1990, after the Supreme Court passed the Webster decision limiting women's rights to abortion, I actually formed a publishing company to publish a pro-choice benefit book.
So what would you consider to be your main influences?
Well, when I was was a kid, I read comics voraciously, and basically I read every comic that had female protagonists. The superheroes bored me to tears. I couldn't have cared less about Superman and Batman, but every comic with female protagonists inspired me. And I was lucky because by the 60s, female protagonists were in pretty bad shape in comics, but in the 40s and 50s, they were still really strong. So I grew up with some fabulous images. Mary Marvel, I gobbled her up. She was a girl. She wasn't just a superheroine. She was a super girl, not a woman. She was flat-chested. And all she had to do was say Shazam, and she could fly, and bullets bounced off her. She was just as powerful as all those guys, more powerful than Wonder Woman. I bought every copy of Wonder Woman. I never missed an issue of Wonder Woman. She was such a fabulous superheroine.
So do you have any last word for any of the aspiring cartoonists out there?
I don't have a whole lot to tell young men who want to do superheroes, but if it's people who want to do non-superhero comics, if it's women who want to do comics, then I want to say don't give up. Just because right now there seems to be nothing selling except X-Men and Batman doesn't mean things won't change and doesn't mean our time won't come. But if we've all given up and if we've all taken day jobs, we won't be there to draw the comics we want when everyone gets sick of superheroes.
Small press comics seem to be undergoing a renaissance these days. There's lots of little guys instead of a few big guys. Last Gasp Comics is one of those publishers, and Ron Turner is the man in charge.
I'm Ron Turner, and I have a company called Last Gasp, which has been in business since 1970. Some people think of us as a fringe publisher, and I like to think that we publish the greatest, best, craziest stuff that's available. When we first started, we had a meeting with all the artists when we did Slow Death Funnies #1. And I asked all the artists what were the important things, and I asked them what did they want per page, and what did they want for things. But we've always let the artists hang on to the original artwork. And here we have collected many thousands of comics through all these aisles. We have our house title edited by Noah Mass called Last Gasp Comics and Stories. Here's Robert Crumb doing a story about how dumb he was as a teenager. We've published the lion's share of Robert Crumb's work and have for a long time. We still have some problems with bookstores about Robert's work, even though the film, I believe, sort of, in a strange way, legitimized the art form of underground comics. This is the Tim Leary comic called Surfing the Conscious Net. And this is like, unlike any novel, it has graphic art all the way through it and some Robert Williams. It's a very lush novel. It's enjoyable just for its color fun. Of course, we've done many Zippy the Pinhead books. It's Bill Griffith's character. So if there's one comic that you guys want to go out there and get anytime, look for the Binky Brown Sampler. And it's just a wonderful book, but it's so personal that you'll identify with it completely. A lot of our people work very hard at what they do because it truly is a labor of love, and they love the medium, and they want to tell a story, or they want to do something experimental.
After this, we look at Mail from the Fringe. Sounds kind of like Postcards from the Edge. Nah, it's been done. Well, it's time for a walk through the mailbag, so put on your boots. Let's see. Colin White at the University of Ohio writes, if they had the power of the Beyonder, what would the hosts of Anti-Gravity do? Good question. But Nick already had the power of the Beyonder. He just traded him in for some really cool pants.
Eric Martinez from Albuquerque, New Mexico writes, your show is the greatest show ever known to mankind. Phil rules. Thank you very much. But why are you guys always dissing Sailor Moon? It's the best cartoon around. Well, Eric, we diss Sailor Moon out of love. And to make it up to you, in the next episode, we're going to cover the new character, Sailor Uranus.
What we'd like to know is, who is the best artist in the comics industry?
Do I really look like that?
Well, another series of exciting questions answered, so keep sending us your mail and maybe we'll come back to the Fringe for another round in the future. You know, I've been looking for a star-spangled suede vest, but, you know, maybe they can get rid of these things. I'm not saying that.
That tattoo done yet? That's not Sailor Moon.
An extraordinary young boy races through time and space to reach the alternate virtual reality arena and enter a contest to save the planet Earth. Time Master, a Sci-Fi Channel planetary premiere, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, Sci-Fi Saturday. It's hatching, a larva of revenge set in the heart of Tokyo. Witness the metamorphosis of destruction as it grows from caterpillar to moth and moth to monster. Mothra, today at noon Eastern, Sci-Fi Saturday. Now stay tuned for The Odyssey, coming up next on the Sci-Fi Channel.